it's becoming more and more obvious as we get through election season that Vaush has like increasingly bigoted views of people that are in different classes than him. It might be success related. It might have always been the case, but he is pretty clearly a classist guy. It's very well evidenced. I talked with FD Signifier. His calling me uppity is a very strange thing for any leftist to do, because it's not the kind of word a leftist should ever use or try to conceptualize, but it is endemic to sort of the entirety of how he interacts with his community. And I believe it carries over to his political opinions, and I believe further from that it is inefficacious and more than likely going to put people that are in his community, it's going to, or not put it, but it's going to give people that are in his community a bad idea of how to interact with individuals who are not immediately leftists. And I'm gonna get into this. Vaush is just a liberal. I don't even know if he's even just a lib. I think that Vaush is unironically like maybe like a neo-lib, or legitimately like possibly legitimately fascist, and just doesn't understand it. He doesn't understand enough about politics and how shit works to know how fascist he actually kind of is. He's just not on top, which he's articulated. If he was on top, things would get different. Very often it's if he had power, anybody who was not conforming to his typical standards would experience a diminished quality of life or be treated poorly in retribution for not conforming, which is just fascism ultimately. Like, yeah, it's like, Tyler, well, if you take the context away, it's like, well, there's not really that much additional change when you add the context. It's just the context is it happens to be things that you, a Vaush viewer, agree with, and so you don't mind it happening to people you don't agree with. That's the case. It's very similar to the issues I have with the dead domain thing. Now, it doesn't mean in this specific case that it's like 100%, oh, you're a fucking evil, you are a fascist for agreeing. It's a billion, million, trillion, quadrillion % bad, or whatever. But I think it's just, it's a bad look ultimately, and I don't think it's going to get you a lot of ground. Now, I have to listen to what he's going to say here. I don't know if we're going to watch the entire video. It is 47 minutes long, and it's a little late in the day. But I'm going to check it out and try to get to some of his opinions, and we'll see.
We talked to real swing voters. What they told us will shock you. More Perfect Union does good work. The problem is, like, I can't really watch their stuff because they agree with me, so it gets boring.
Have you ever met an open socialist before and sat and talked with them on a porch?
I have.
No, you drank it yet. You.
Am I the only one?
Yeah.
Bad reason not to watch. Benjamin, there's not really much like entertainment value in me just watching another person's video then going, yeah. Like, you know, it has to be packaged in an entertaining format for it to be worthwhile. Otherwise, I would just spend the entire stream watching other people's videos and going, yep.
Sometimes politics is a lot less straightforward.
That's true, but it's what made Hassan really big. I'd like to think that I don't want to cast shade directionally here. I'd like to think that Hassan and I are built very differently in this respect.
Forward than we're led to believe. Especially in a place like this. Elliott County looks like any other part of rural Kentucky, but it's not. In fact, it might have the weirdest politics of any place in the country. That's because Elliott County voted for Democrats in every presidential election for 144 years straight.
Oh, that's cursed. Democrat voters in 1872?
FDR, Truman, JFK, LBJ, Carter, Clinton, Obama, and then... In 2016, vote for Donald Trump? Yep. 2020? Yep. 2024?
Yep. Definitely.
The single largest swing from Obama to Trump happened right here. But a few years later, something just as surprising happened. Elliott County voted for Governor Andy Beshear, a Democrat.
I'm going to cut you off there. It's not surprising if you live here. It really just isn't. People who are not from Kentucky or don't live here and are moderately familiar with the politics, no one in Kentucky is that surprised that Beshear won. I think I've said this a million fucking times. Andy Beshear. Andy Beshear is good at reaching out to... He would not... Andy Beshear would not behave the way that Dead Domain did. I'll put it that way. The kind of politics that you see from like Hassan, from, with all due respect to the few videos I've seen, Dead Domain, sorry, this is why I don't like that kind of behavior, and from Vaush, Andy Beshear doesn't engage like that. He understands that he is an underdog in the race and reaches out to people on their terms. He understands that he has to compromise from a compromised position. He also cares about Kentucky, understands Kentucky, knows Kentucky and travels throughout fucking Kentucky. People are saying, oh, he's cheating because he went to fucking Harlan during the floods or whatever the fuck, or he wasn't there long enough. He can tell you about the Harlan County floods. If you want to talk about the Andy Beshear race and you don't know about the floods in Harlan County and Hazard, if you don't know that Hazard has gigantic fucking walls around it, you know what I mean? Or that the town of Harlan itself has giant fucking walls around it and stuff, and there's locks and dams and shit. If you don't know about that, you probably ain't got that much to say about Kentucky politics, with all due respect, because that's a big aspect of it. There is Central Kentucky, Eastern Kentucky, Western Kentucky, and to a slightly lesser extent, like a southernish kind of Kentucky. And there's major cities, and all of it's different throughout the entirety of it. And usually if you're going to lose Kentucky, you're going to lose it to the east and the west chunks of it, because that is where the fucking repubs fucking hang out. All right, they got land there, they sell houses there, they take care of their communities there. You go out to Owensboro, Kentucky, all the way out west, they got dog shit barbecue sauce. I hate y'all's barbecue sauce. I fucking hate it. Vinegar ass shit. I don't give a goddamn. But they got like Mitch McConnell Plaza out there in Owensboro, because their politicians do on occasion, even you're like, oh, they don't think you're voting against your own best interest. I don't know if you understand that. They visit. Vaush doesn't. You know what I mean? Andy Beshear does. Andy Beshear is also running against a black guy. Black Republican, Daniel Cameron, which is... Kentucky's also still a little racist. A little problematic here and there. So it wasn't like, oh, fuck, we're going to vote against the black guy. It's just a little harder sometimes for conservatives to get up the gumption if there's certain types of conservatives. And every little bit helps. Beshear also had a pretty solid record in the area. Daniel Cameron is a traditional new Republican runner. He's weird as fuck. Daniel Cameron's just got plastic all over him. He's just a plasticky kind of guy. And so all over America, people are like, well, there's a Democrat running against a Republican. This is going to be a complete washout. It's been a Republican state forever. They have a Republican supermajority. Everyone in fucking Kentucky is like, damn, I think fucking Beshear's got this race 5, 6, 7 months out. I think I was talking about it too. I was like, yeah, oh, this is crazy. I don't know if you guys realize this, but fucking Daniel Cameron didn't raise almost any money. Also, the coffers were empty because the GOP didn't give Daniel Cameron any money. They spent it on new GOP headquarters in Kentucky. It's like the same 5, 6, 7, whatever the fuck million that was supposed to go to, could have gone to him. That was his fundraising deficit, went that way. Because also Donald Trump has been draining the coffers on the entirety of the GOP for a while. So like outside of Kentucky, people are like, this is crazy. Inside Kentucky, everyone's just like, yeah, Beshear's probably got it unless he fucks up. And it was a significant margin. I think he won by like 15, 20%. Also, Beshear ran while we had abortion on the docket, and that was a massive turnout for abortion. However, that did not equate to Democratic victories in the legislature. The legislature pretty much went about how you would expect county for county, which means people were voting against party lines for Beshear and for the abortion stuff, depending on how the turnouts read. But they were not voting for legislative candidates because we have a lot of dog shit, old school Democratic legislators in Kentucky that do bad politicking. They don't know how to speak to people. They don't know how to leave the city. They don't know how to have a conversation. They don't know how to be hard on the cops while not being too fucking hard on the cops in a way that neither the cops nor the fucking local populace actually give a fuck about. There's a lot of, throughout the entirety of politics outside of major cities and concerted, everyone knows how this is going to go, races, there is a lot of Jamal Bowman type, uncommitted movement type politics going around that people get a lot of credit for online, and it does not equate to victory on the ground because people just refuse to step away from their bugbear issues and from their, you know, and from the like, I can change the entire world by withholding my vote on a moral end. And they don't think about the practicality of how to win elections in landslide areas. They don't think about, okay, I'm not going to be perfect. They don't know how to be Fetterman. You can say all you want about Fetterman. You can hate Fetterman. Genocide Fetterman. Fetterman's got a fucking stroke. You know what Fetterman also has? A blue foothold in a red area. He's got a blue foothold in the red area. Sorry. Get fucking dunked on. You could try to shit on him all you want, but if Fetterman doesn't do what Fetterman does, other Dems couldn't do it. They couldn't beat him in the primary, and they couldn't win that seat in that area. He did. Doesn't matter how fucking lucky you want to make him. He's got it. Same sort of thing with people like Beshear. Beshear's not going out there fucking trying to be second year college fucking anarchist quoting fucking theory and shit. He's very, very progressive for the area, and he can still fucking speak to people, and people like hearing it. They're all right, I feel heard. They will vote for Beshear. Andy Beshear. Nothing worse than watery barbecue sauce. It's not even watery, it's fucking vinegary, man. Fucking hate goddamn Owensboro barbecue sauce. It's the most Kentucky opinion I have. You think my opinions on dead domain will start a fight? Yeah, put me a few inches west past fucking Louisville, and then people be coming for my head. We had one Owensboro style fucking barbecue restaurant in my neighborhood when I lived in Germantown. That motherfucker shut down like crazy. It's big bad breakfast now.
So what's the deal with Elliott County? Is it just an outlier? Or is there something deeper going on here?
You know, people really do forget that there are parts of America that are developmentally around the same as, I guess, like outlying Philippine villages. You know what I mean? Like you might as well be in the backwaters of
I didn't think he was going to hit me that hard that quick. Can I just... Tyler, you paused too long. We got a long video to get through before Vaush says something insane and ignorant.
Is it just an outlier? Or is there something deeper going on here?
You know, people really do forget that there are parts of America that are developmentally around the same as, I guess, like outlying Philippine villages. You know what I mean? Like you might as well be in the backwaters of Mexico, or just like you're borderline like Chinese peasantry out there in the sticks. Just drive through West Virginia, yeah.
Here, something with implications that could reach far beyond these.
What in? He was in a man's garage. He was in a man's garage. And the dude looks like he put together some wind art. That's a thing that people do. They put some scrap together as recycling and it spins. You know why? Because it scares away birds and shit. They get weirded out by it and they leave. It's wind art. It was his garage. It's not he doesn't live in there. It's not a fucking hut he lives in. The dude videoed him driving his fucking tractor on his land and then showed you the inside of where the fucking tractor's kept. More than likely. It's a fucking garage. It's a fucking pole barn. Are you out of your fucking mind? You gotta call him. You out your goddamn mind, boy? First off. Second, why did we have to go on a racial disparagement movement? What in the fuck was that? Did we have to hit a fucking brown person from every fucking region for Vaush to be racist? What do you mean? They're just like Chinese peasants on the outskirts. This is like a remote Philippine village. Shout out Filipinos for the first time I've ever heard you mentioned by Vaush. What was the last one? I'm not even gonna look it up. He got three he got three races in there. Wow, these whites are just like the browns. Is that your fucking point? Oh, sorry. Hold on. His points are not, these whites are just like the browns. That's not what he's saying. He's not doing that old line that these whites are no better than the browns. He's not doing that good old-fashioned racism. He's just trying to highlight that these white people, despite all of the advantages given by being of the superior white race, I suppose, it's not racial superiority. It's privilege when you talk to Vaush. The racial privilege of having creamy white skin, despite all those advantages, they live like backwater savages in these filthy, impoverished brown regions. What in the absolute... How? On what earth? I don't want to debate Republicans anymore. Why? You have so much to talk to. You're talking about, oh, fuck, what's his name? Synthetic Man should get fucking taken down for his racism. What about this racism? This is racism. That was racism. Fucking Synthetic Man is just doing fucking slurs for charity. This guy, Vaush, is doing systemic racism. He's doing the elevated version of it. It's just not just banal slurs. He's doing racism. He said, why can't these whites be whiter? Who the fuck says that? Well, it's surprising to find out that some whites live as though they do in the Philippines, like the filthy browns in their impoverished remote huts and shacks. What the fuck? What in the fuck, bro? Can I just...
Of messages,
Just an outlier? Or is there something deeper going on here?
This is literally just a guy's barn. This is a guy's barn. He's got like some Coors Light shit that he fucking stuck together because he's fucking bored. The guy cuts shit all day. This is a fucking pole barn. I got one of these in my back. I should film myself in my shed in the backyard. Obviously, he lives like an animal. He must collect these power tools to strip the copper from them for food money.
You know, people really do forget that there are parts of America that are developmentally around the same as, I guess, like outlying Philippine villages. You know what I mean? Like you might as well be in the backwaters of Mexico, or just like you're borderline like Chinese peasantry out there in the sticks. Just drive through West Virginia, yeah.
Here, something
Developmentally, I guess, is that the fucking thing? What does that even mean? The infrastructure's not... The infrastructure's there. They got electric lights. What are you fucking talking about? Why did you compare them to brown people? Developmentally. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god, bro. Rural Mexico was the last one. What does that even fucking mean, dude? Is it just like rural is not like city? Yeah. Fucking, you're never gonna get anywhere near horses like this.
thing with implications that could reach far beyond eastern Kentucky. Did you hear that? Is that on camera?
Here's one. You might recognize what's going on. I don't know.
I couldn't tell you. If you told me you paid me $100,000 to tell you what's going on here, I would be broke.
Yeah.
That guy is Donnie. He runs a Big Four store in Elliott County. Here you'll find Union stickers, Trump shirts, and a rare collection of fine art made by Donnie himself.
This whole video is going to be like, we taught a chimpanzee the politics of the median voter, and it hanged itself, isn't it? Like, that's going to be the entire video.
So how many generations are you in Elliott County, and who's this?
That's my dad. He built the house in 1950, and that's the house I got now. I've been here all my life, hard pipe feeder, been in the store business for 24 years. I mean, some of the best people you meet around here.
Elliott is home to some 7,000 people, 99% white. Aside.
So don't forget, poor white people are like chimps. Taught a chimp the politics of the median voter, and it hung itself, which is just, we're just making a lot of. There's context. He's just, he's a brilliant speaker. You just don't understand the context. What's up with all the comparison of poor white people to chimps and brown people? Because it kind of is just 1 degree of separation from the other comparison, which I don't even want to say out loud. I don't need too much more context in this video if it's not him saying, sorry, I was wrong. I didn't mean to say any of that, and I feel stupid as shit for making those words with my face.
Aside from a few churches, a gas station, and a prison, there's not a whole lot here.
A prison.
But it is known for one thing.
Yeah, a prison, because they don't let you build prisons in the you need a lot of space. The prisons are always out in the rural areas. There's airports out in the rural areas too. I need a lot of land for it. It's loud and dangerous.
This county, it's the only one in the country that has voted 144 years straight for Democrats. And then it flipped 45 points to Trump. Only county in America that did
45
that.
points.
How do you explain that? Why did such a radical shift happen? What's your understanding of that?
Well, I don't care what. If I was a coon hunter and I bought a dog, and I sell coon hides, and my dog won't tree a coon.
This is like exceptionally classist of me, but it's also true, and I'm not in the business of selling bullshit. Like I've said before, the median voter is incredibly stupid, and respectfully, people out here in the sticks are stupider than the median America. This guy doesn't have to finish what he was saying, because I'll tell you right now why he didn't vote Democrat, and it's this. It's the cutting off rural people who sound ignorant to you so that you can explain how, like, it doesn't matter how classist you are because they're fucking mentally inferior to you as a Vaush. And he has the balls to talk down to a fucking small business owner
eking it out in like one of the most economically dog shit fucking areas of the country, Eastern Kentucky, which is rough mostly because there's not a lot going on in Eastern Kentucky. And that's not me dogging on them. They've been fucked over like 6 times. We took coal and tobacco from that entire subsection of America. It was very important. Those were the cash crops of the area. It was coal and tobacco, and those fucking the need for those things disintegrated. When I was a kid and people still smoked, if you drove anywhere near Kentucky, you'd see them out fucking chopping tobacco and hanging it up to dry out all the way through the whole fucking state. Now there's a big bunch of areas that are full of houses and shit, and they got fields that are empty. Why? It's a whole fucking tobacco field. That's it. This man's talking about, he's got something to say. Let me cut him off. Hold on. Shut up. Shut up, Jimmy. Fucking pedophile. Silence. Silence, working class man. A pedophile is speaking. What the fuck, bro?
A literal, demonstrable, empirical point. It's factually provable. You can argue with it if you want. It's true. So,
no.
Unfortunately,
no, you can't though, because this fucking pussy won't debate. You can't, because he won't fucking debate. He won't debate about it.
If you want evidence that people's political positions are determined and swayed more by vibes than they are by policy, shit like this is probably the biggest red pill you're going to take. You know, because it's so frustrating sometimes, you know, because you think that like, well, man, they're like the people. What's that one tweet? Some people have like a noble savage view towards the working class, right? Or towards rural Americans, where they think that like, oh, well, deep down, they all just want unions really bad. It's like, I don't know. It's pretty wild.
The fuck was even that point? What the fuck was even that point? Here's why we can't win. Because people like Vaush and people that support Vaush, if you're a Vaush supporter and you're here butthurt, I was going to listen to you, but you called Vaush a pedophile. Like, you got to understand, you're failing yourself. All them Palestinian kids you're worried about dying, all them people you want to join unions, all them rights you think you're going to lose, you're the one that's fucking losing them. Because you all come off weird as fuck. And that you want the real truth, you come off weird and fucking condescending. You let people like this guy get big, and then people like this dude and people around him hear this motherfucker out, and they're like, well, he doesn't understand me. He doesn't understand my problems. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on. He doesn't care to hear about me. And on top of that, apparently he's a fucking pedophile. And where did I go wrong? Well, you want to give me in the fucking definition of like, oh, sorry, I don't know if you know this, but these are drawn cartoon characters. There's a very good video, a series of talks from Rev Says Des, and I understand that some people are attracted to littles, and it's not an issue as long as you don't act on it. And actually, these people want to like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I gotta get out in the fucking weeds. This motherfucker's out here. He's like, I gotta sell cigarettes, shotguns, and fucking rounds to live. I bet this motherfucker got a whole big ass goddamn fridge jimmied up with dirt in it so that he can sell night crawlers. I guarantee you there's a fucking night crawler fridge or bucket all up in this motherfucker right now. And he sells night crawlers for $5 a pound, something like that. Guaranteed. I know this guy. I've been to this fucking place. I'm nervous. Oh, shit. It's the last chance gas station. Oh, pearl clutch.
I'm going to get me another one. Same way with these 2 guys. Biden ain't done nothing for me. And I'm going to switch to a new dog.
What do you think of George W. Bush?
Piece of shit. I started out Democrat because my father was. And that was just something, it was just like your last name. You're a Democrat.
You know, growing up, I was always taught you got to vote Democrat, vote Democrat, vote Democrat.
What did it mean to be a Democrat? Was it connected to anything?
That is just how the county went. The Democrats was giving money for the county, and we were trying to get roads fixed, trying to, make this county.
Dude, I would have been stoked if Vaush had paused and gone, Dollar General?
Something.
Yeah.
Dollar Generals, man. Fuck, feed America. Goddamn dog shit ass stores. You see a Dollar General anywhere. You could drive past 60 burned down fucking gas stations and a fucking empty ass Kroger, old Kmart, rotten shit, fucking dogs running around the street. There'll be a fucking Dollar General there, just raking the locals over the coals.
And that's who was helping us.
When a county votes for one party
So they vote based on culture rather than ideas or politics? Yep, as it ever was.
for 144 years straight, it can be hard to know where that
They
kind
never said that. The first guy said, Joe Biden ain't doing anything for me, so I switched up dogs. That's literally, he's like, I got somebody that's supposed to do something. He didn't do nothing for me. I switched to the other one. That's politics. That's the whole of it. I don't know. We elected that guy. Nothing changed. I elected a different guy. That's politics, baby. You got to reach him if you want to convince him that something else is true. You got to be able to reach him. If you talk about him like he's a fucking subhuman chimpanzee to fucking gin up your dog shit fucking audience of sycophantic morons, go for it. But like, god damn. I feel like there ain't that many fucking people in goddamn Vaush's audience. A bunch of them ain't fucking Americans, so I don't give a fuck about swaying them to my side. I want nobody else to join. I want people to be fucking deeply ashamed of being in VGG at this point. Because that was just... This is a video started off with raw racism. Raw. That was just racism. Systemic. Old school. These whites need to behave like whites and not browns. They live like... God, fuck. I almost had it. You that fucking... Fucking have that accent pop out of you. They live like they do. That's what he's saying. You can hear that from anywhere. You go to a nice social club, downtown Louisville. They live like out there. You know what word I just used. You know what word that is. They live like out there. That's what he's saying. I've been hearing that since I was a kid from people that were fucking richer than me. Oh, these filthy motherfuckers, these filthy white people. I swear to God, they live just like... That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. Oh, you don't like that? You don't like that, Tyler? You can't even brush up against that. I'm telling you what I'm translating for you. I'll tell you what they'll hear. I'll tell you what they hear. I go out there, I swear to God, it's just like you go down to Bill. That's all that is. If you fucking have that in your mind, by the way, if you get mad at me right now, Tyler, I don't think he said anything racist now. I've never heard anything like that before. If you have that in your fucking mind, you think it's okay to say, like, well, these white people are living like fucking, like, ugh. If you have that in your fucking mind, you are a racist. You're a racist. You're a racist. You're a racist. You are a racist. You are a racist. You're a racist. That is a racist thing to think. It is a racist thing to say. It is, in fact, an aspect of racism. Redlining comes from that exact thought process. Segregate them out. They want to live like they can live like. Yeah, these fucking race traitors. I swear to God. They let them live like them. I swear all that shit, that's fucking racism. Systemic, high level, rich people racism. That's fucking... Then you talk to these people like, I just voted Democrat because my grandpa voted Democrat and all before me. Wherever the fuck Vaush is hearing this shit is all the way down the line. That you can't even... You got to have that, like, bred into you. I can't even do it. I'm not rich enough for that. I ain't from high enough on the fucking ladder to think that way. You know what I mean? It's a privilege. That shit is fucking psychotic. I'm stunned. Wait, how many times? What? You got to be you have to be a poor sub-Saharan to be ready for revolution. You know, you got to be a savage. Oh, these whites, they live like, oh. What else do you need? What else? He's just a racist. That's just racism. That's racism. I would rather the tactical N-word is literally less racist than this. But kick this conversation away from me. Okay, Tyler, you too fucking white. Shut the fuck up. Okay, kick this whole conversation over to black people, and have all of the non-white people can have a. How do you feel about this? Do you think that this statement from Vaush, these series of statements from Vaush, is racist or not? Probably. I had to guess. And you go, yeah. That's actually kind of crazy racist. That's not like ignorant hillbilly. That's like the guy that owns a plantation level of racism. That's what the fuck. Golden Throne. God damn.
Of loyalty even comes from. Some folks say that FDR's New Deal had something to do with it.
Skullbuster 1220, man, I understand what he was trying to say, but I don't feel like defending him on this. Man, what was he trying to say? Because I'll tell you right now, if your defense was just that some people live like it's the third world, that also is racist. It just is. That's the shithole country's argument. There's ways you can say it where it's not. You gotta describe things a little bit. My man just described 3 places with non-white people. So he lives like them. These whites live like them. They're only developed as them. Maybe all the jokes about head shapes and the feeling real comfortable with the hard R, it just rolled off his tongue. It sounded practiced. I'll just say it right now. We can go back in time. We can do some revisionism here. I think he was real comfortable to say he said it like he says it a lot. I gotta say, I don't know. I almost want to hear someone defend that. I want to hear that one out. But you don't do it to me. You got to go to HBCU. Have that conversation with some people that have fucking also read Deleuze and shit. Go talk to some high level fucking philosophy people, because they might understand some terms. They might know some terms I don't know. They're smarter than me. You might be able to convince them some shit. Go to a church on Sunday where everyone's wearing nice big colorful hats, and have that hat. You should explain that to them. Because if it's just like, damn, they're broke as shit there, I wish things were better for them. That's kind of what you say. When you start comparing it, damn, they live like fucking animals. That's deeply offensive. Damn, they live like them colored folk from other countries what are poor and not. I'll tell you what. You can go to Harlan. Go on to Harlan. Go to Hazard County. Go to Harlan. And just ask them. It's actually really normal. It's not going to be a bunch of dudes standing in their fucking garage all day. You can go to the Harlan Brewing Company and have a nice burger and a beer. I've been there. You can go on the Justified tour and look around at shit. Oh, hey, everybody, look. I took a picture with Tyler Childers right here. You can go and do that. You can go to where Tyler Childers is from. You can see the fucking antique store from that song. Just go there and be like, hey, if someone said that y'all are about as developed as rural Chinese people, how would you feel about that? And they would go, why in the fuck did you just say that racist shit to me? What the fuck? God damn, where am I? Mexico? What the fuck? How the fuck? You see how fucking psychotic? Damn, son. You know, you live just like a remote Philippines village out here. Like, what the fuck? You people are, what the fuck are you talking about? Vaush is from Poland. You could have just said, this looks like fuck impoverished areas of Poland or some shit, right? Is he supposed to be Polish? There's poor white countries. Why'd you go to 3 non-white ones? In the Philippines? Is he getting ready to do some sex tourism? Is Vaush entering his passport bro area? He knows where all the most fucking the unprivileged places where you can fucking he can push $100 way harder for sex. I don't think he's consciously being racist here. That's worse. That's worse. That's worse. You know how crazy that is? If he was consciously, we were talking about, what's his name? Synthetic Man. Synthetic Man's being consciously racist. He's specifically saying banal, nasty shit to try to get a rise out of people. Vaush has got racism so deep in him, it's snatching the reins out of his fucking head and driving his whole body. If you're deeply unconsciously racist and still talking to an audience of hundreds of thousands of people, that's the worst. That's worse than just saying the fucking N-word. Unironically. What happened? What are you? Oh, I got the racism in me so deep it just takes the reins and drives. He's got a General Lee, take the wheel. It's got fucking Nathan. Oh, every once in a while I see a poor white, and then Nathan Bedford Forrest just takes my whole body over and has me say shit. I probably got like a few black people in this audience alone who've heard the word like, yeah, I feel okay saying, you're one of the good ones, but I think a lot of people know there's some issues with you people. That's that kind of racism. I'm not being racist. I just gotta understand, there's some whites, they just live like they do. Fucking next level. He ain't even thought it out. It's just a part of him. The other guy can be like, oh, I just don't like fucking black people because because of the way they are. Fuck them. Fuck them. All right, well, fuck that guy too. That's a personal thing. This asshole is a racist because he's an asshole. Vaush over here literally getting possessed by the spirit of racism is better to you? It's so not good. He's a major political commentator, and you're giving him the peepaw was raised in a different time excuses. Terrible. They're not just dogging on the one chatter that said this. I'm saying this in the response to anybody. Vaush's tulpa is the horse of some Confederate general. Vaush's tulpa is the horse fucking Stonewall Jackson got shot off.
The New Deal put millions to work building roads and schools and bridges, created Social Security, and established by law the right to form a union. And for decades, it cemented the idea that Democrats were a party for the working class.
Democrats were looked at for the poor people. Yep, they were for the poor people.
Our great-great-grandparents were Democrats and, just taught through the years from FDR on.
I wonder if a lot of this has to do with the spread of mass media. Like, over time, it seems like people's political opinions have been more and more determined by vibes and messaging than by what the party actually does for you, you know? Because nowadays, you don't have to do anything for the working class to be considered the working class candidate. There are tens of millions of Americans.
The party, the Democrats don't do shit for people in poor rural areas. They haven't for a while. The pro-capitalism 1980s, 90s Democrats, after the big party switch especially, there's all kinds of other issues. They left rural America to rot. Rural America and also fucking Rust Belt America knows that people like the Clintons and relative to them, other Democrats signed bills that gave American jobs to the Chinese. They sent jobs out of America. Democrats did that. And they didn't give a shit. And they would sometime soon you'll get yours. Well, all the Democrat cities got real nice and real big and real rich and all that sort of shit. Fucking people out in the rural areas didn't get nothing. And people in the cities would say shit like, oh, fuck, we got to have the EPA's got to come in here and fix stuff up. EPA's got to come. It's got to fucking save the world, all right? But they wouldn't come and talk to farmers anywhere near as much as they needed to and say like, hey, are you going to work with us? Like, no, we got a new fucking regulation. It got passed through. You got to have this, that on your land. It's got to happen now. It's got to happen now. Well, people are losing shit. Losing their houses. Losing their nuts. All this stuff happened. There's a lot of fucking flack the goddamn rural people and the Rust Belt people of America have. A lot of fucking flack that they have with the Democratic Party that's completely fucking justified. Some of it is made up. Some of it's shit that's actually like racist or ignorant or backwards. Some of it's just like legitimately things that work in cities for city people don't work for rural people. And they think that you're going to try to put that on them and they don't have the money to pay for it. They literally can't raise the tax base because they already fucking get shit. It's very complicated. So just thinking immediately that the Democrats are in the interest of farmers or rural Americans or fucking Rust Belt Americans just because they're also for you and you are economically equivalent to them on the chain does not mean that that computes for them. It just doesn't. And the worst thing that you can do is constantly fucking ignore and belittle them. They really don't like that because it's very difficult for someone to say like, oh, hey, look, I'm looking out for your best interest. Why don't you shut the fuck up, you goddamn chimp? Chimps like you need to be quiet. You know, you live like a fucking Mexican. What the fuck? You're no more developed than a Philippine jungle person, whatever the fuck that, out by a beach somewhere. Why don't you shut the fuck up and let me run your life for you, you ignorant piece of shit? That's what they hear. It's basically what he's saying. This isn't new. If I played this video out in the I can go to Eastern. I fucking should do this at some point. I go to Eastern Kentucky, be like, hey, would you listen to this guy? Do you know who Vaush is? You want to fucking learn about this? I don't want to bother people for fucking content is my issue. I don't want to fucking go out to like 3 cities and fucking Kingdom Come National Park and shit. Like, hey, can I play a video for you? Like, there's 3 people in this diner, man. Do you want a fucking burger? You want to kick bricks? None of them are going to be surprised, though. None of them are going to be, if I told them, like, oh, this is one of the most popular political voices online. He is a socialist, libertarian socialist, or whatever the fuck. He's got this goofy He's a market and anarcho-syndicalist. He is from Los Angeles. He's from Beverly Hills. He's one of the largest political commentators on the online left. Would you believe that he thinks that you're an ignorant subhuman who lives like a brown person does and is undeveloped, and like if a chimpanzee heard your politics, it would hang itself? They would go, yeah. That's why we don't fucking vote Democrat. And then actually, if you went to right outside of Harlan, where they got the goddamn college, I can't remember where that turnaround is. Y'all out there know what I'm talking about. I fucking forget what the damn city is. You probably run into some college kids, and they go like, fucking Vaush. Hey, when's Progressive Victory gonna go to a fucking hazard? Get Progressive Victory out there in Elliott County. Fucking win us some victories for the fucking little guy. When's Progressive Victory gonna head out Matewan? Head out Matewan Way. Get yourself out Matewan. Fucking go to Blair Mountain Museum. Smile and Sid Barrett. They're all out there. My friend dragged me out. I went. Fucking very enlightening.
Who think that Trump is for the working class in stark opposition to everything he's ever done or said. You know what I mean? So it's like, now that you can consume hours and hours of concentrated political messaging every single day and get your opinions fed to you completely disconnected from the actual policy that's being pushed by an administration, it seems like it's easier to give people narratives that are completely contrary to reality. Not to say that people...
He doesn't... They go there. Mitch McConnell goes to these places. Mitch McConnell's been to all the... You see every fucking... He's been there. Y'all fucking watch Kentucky politics during election year. He's probably going to fucking die this year, finally. But he goes out to these nowheres. You think he doesn't because you want him to not. But Mitch McConnell goes out to these fucking gas stations that where Vaush had to pause. These people live like animals. Mitch McConnell's probably been outside that guy's garage. Or a garage very much like he's been outside that goddamn liquor store right there. That fucking little cigarettes and ammo place. He stands on the front porch and he gives a little, I want you to know that the Build Back Better bill, I fought for more money than you've ever gotten in your life. People feel forgotten here. I want you to remember I will never forget you. It's hard out there and I wish I could visit more often, but this year we're going to be passing this bill, that bill, this bill, and that bill, which is going to bring jobs back. I'm going to be securing another 150 jobs for the coal field and blah, blah, blah. And we're going to be opening a new mine with $100 million for blah, 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 blah. Like, he gets out there and does it. They know. He talks to them. They're not that dumb. Yeah, a bunch of people probably fucking stupid as shit like everywhere else. Fucking just watch one fucking news source and just repeat it ad hoc. But like, goddamn.
Haven't always been wrong. You know, it's not like people were smarter 150 years ago, but I think there's a very specific like disconnect between the perception of somebody like Trump and what he actually does that could only be produced by the constant proliferation of media that describes him as something other than what he is, you know?
They believe that was the union support. And
I'm a country boy and I say do it. That might be it. I gotta show Vaush supercut to people in fucking Hazard. I'd have to ask around. They got the Kentucky Lanterns out there. I might be able to reach out to Kentucky Lantern and be like, hey, would you guys fucking fix for me? I don't want to go bother anybody, but I want to ask people questions in a way that's not going to be irritating as shit. They got like a fair or a festival coming up. That's probably, but Kentucky State Fair. That might be it. Go to the Kentucky State Fair and ask fucking, ask working class folk, just anybody I run into at the Kentucky State Fair about like Hassan, Vaush, and fucking Destiny. Oh, man. Oh, that'd be good. That'd be it. I'm talking about the working class. I don't fucking hang out with them. What do you do for a living? Tradesman. What do you do for a living? I own a horse farm. What do you do for a living? Currently between jobs. Ex-felon.
it has somewhat changed in this area in the last few election cycles.
So Mitch at least puts in the effort and showing up so he can lie to people's faces. Even if you want to think that it's a lie, yes. You know how much more valuable that is than anything else? You know what good a law is that's passed that your voters don't hear about? Worthless. You pass a law that gives everybody $500,000. They're going to show up with they're going to get $500,000 and they're going to ask where it comes from. And if you don't tell them that you're the one that did it, they don't know. Showing up means something. People like shaking hands. Yeah, Mitch McConnell touches grass, which is why he's more politically efficacious than your favorite lefty streamer. Your favorite one. Doesn't matter who it is. The most leftist one. The one that's raised the most amount of money for your favorite cause. Mitch McConnell's better at politics than they are because he goes and talks to people face to face. He's been there. You know what Mitch McConnell would never fucking do? Go on TV and say that fucking white people that are poor in Eastern Kentucky live like brown people somewhere else. Mitch McConnell wouldn't do that. You can call Mitch McConnell racist all you want. I think he's got a lot of racist policies. He's got weird history. You know what Mitch McConnell has never done that Vaush has done? Many, 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 many things.
Because like if it's really union support that determines where these guys vote, Biden is one of the most pro-union presidents ever. That's just a fact.
Including me, yeah.
And Trump is one of the most anti-union presidents ever. You know, it's like it's Trump was literally like praising Elon for union busting on like just impromptu admitting to like, hey, congratulations on that crime that you did, that I've just like made you complicit in admitting to, you know?
If you will.
Yeah.
It's changed drastically, honestly.
As recently as the mid-90s, Kentucky was a Democratic stronghold. Democrats controlled the state house, the governor's mansion, and the majority of congressional seats. But eventually, things began to shift. The party of workers and unions became champions of free trade.
You goof, it's not about being bigoted towards stupid people, it's about painting an entire democratic...
Shut the fuck up. Vaush, you need to just watch this video. Question. I love him pausing right when like major questions are answered. Isn't that amazing? Like, right when the fucking biggest questions answered. They're about to literally repeat exactly what I just said, aren't they? They're going to repeat exactly what I just said. Look, it's fucking Clinton too. These people don't understand it. And then, like, literally 10 seconds later, well, the party of workers' rights became the party of free trade. Like, literally Clinton right there. Hold on now. You gotta understand that people are vibes based. Yeah, the vibe is I'm hungry. The vibe is the jobs are gone. The vibes is the coal fucking cars don't run anymore. The vibe is a road broke and ain't no one ever gonna fix it. So people don't go up to Sally Mae's house anymore. They gotta carry your groceries up the side of a fucking hill so she don't die. The vibe is thank God for the VA because I couldn't afford to bury my dad if he didn't serve in Vietnam. The vibe is I ain't ever fucking leaving this town because I ain't got shit. I ain't shit. And anywhere I go, I won't be shit. That's what the fucking vibe is. If you don't know about that, you shouldn't probably be fucking talking about it, man. This is a man that's never known desperation in his life. He don't know what desperation is. Desperation's a hell of a vibe, son. Desperation will motivate you to do some wild shit. Wild shit. Wild thing. You'll think crazy things. You'll do crazy things. You don't fucking know about that. You don't care about it. He don't give a goddamn, dude. You got me fucking talking like I'm fucking country and shit. I'm from Green Township.
Graphic was such a demeaning and broad brush. I mean, again, I'm really sorry, but I do have a pretty low opinion of rural Americans. I'm sorry, I do. It's just that like every chart you can look at on like how bad a person is goes up when you get into the sticks. It's literally true. Racism, sexism, child abuse, you know, like all manner of interpersonal disagreeability, educational level, political view. It's like, damn, man. I'm not saying it's innately their fault. You know, it's obviously not. It's just like, you know, it's something worth acknowledging. As always, you know, it's just the only.
This is a pedophile.
Reason I'm saying this, by the way, because you could say that, like, if I wanted to, I could sit here and go, hey, did you know that rural Vietnamese people are pieces of shit? Look at them. Yeah, that's right. You think they're noble proletarians, but they're actually very homophobic. Like, okay, wow, thank you for the insight, dipshit. It's like, I'm only saying this because I think there are some leftists who take that noble savage view towards the American proletariat, where they think that, like, every rural, like, Appalachian guy is just like, you know, Blair Mountain striking union worker in waiting, and all they need is to be handed a pamphlet, the Communist Manifesto, and then they'll rise up or whatever. And I just don't think that's true. Actually, I know that's not true.
Wall Street.
How would he ever know anything? He doesn't fucking read. Doesn't read, doesn't take the people seriously. I know that's not true. Like, you know, I don't know why. Because of what? I mean, I can only call the guy a fucking pedo so many times. He's an ignorant, self-involved West Coast piece of shit. He doesn't deserve any of the fame he has, and his fucking audience are filth. Like, I got no problem. At this point, if you fucking support Vaush, you're a bad person. Literally. You're actually a bad person because you're trying to just have ignorance shoveled into your mouth like any other fucking right-wing hog. This is hog content. You're a slop fiend. He's just doing bigotry for you. You're just getting fed bigot shit. He ain't said nothing but bigot shit. He just, how do I know it's true? Because they're fucking ignorant. They're ignorant because of fucking, I don't know, I got some scientific racism that I can do against these poor motherfuckers. You think that they might be ready for revolution, but that's not them. Nah. Fuck them. Fuck them. They're like fucking brown people in other countries. I wouldn't even say that about the Vietnamese. What the fuck does this mean? What value do you have from this? If you watch this motherfucker and you give him money, I think you're a bad person, honestly. At this point, like literally, what in the fuck, bro? That you survived the pedophile thing was crazy, first and foremost, as a Vaush dono hound. You're like Benjamin. That's the guy that wants to talk about cutting dicks and shit. Weird guy. Weird fella. All right? Now you got this dude who's supposed to be for the working class, and all he's doing is talking shit about the literal proletariat. He's just shit talking to proletariat, calling them noble savage. I think people have a noble savage view of things. I'm talking about people that I know. I've been to that goddamn gas station. Maybe actually literally that one at some point. I've been to so many of them like that. Secret fucking slot machines in the backyard, in the back rooms and stuff. You don't know about that? Fucking... Someone said, like, oh, God, the night crawlers. Yeah, selling night crawlers. You know, fucking Vaush even know what a fucking night crawler is? Does he know anything about these people? If I told him, like, someone went up holler, would you know what that fucking means? But you can talk about them like crazy like that? Well, because you saw statistics? Is the statistics 100% of all of them are fucking, like, throw them off a fucking bridge? Fuck them? You're not even going to try to reach out? They're ignorant. Oh, they're fucking subhuman. Shit's fucking weird, man. There's weird statements to say, weird things to think. Racist, classist, sexist, weird about kids, stupid, a coward. Literally thinks he's better than his own fucking audience and they shouldn't be parasocial to him because he's too fucking good for that. You're a bad person. If you watch it, I think like literally if you just watch him uncritically at this point, what in the fuck do you get from that? I heard people like, oh, like, Vaush fucking, like, he does research. He's like, let's learn together and, like, research it. Where the fuck's the research there? What, poor people don't get no fucking research? Sorry, bud, you're from Eastern Kentucky. Fuck you. You can get left behind. I don't give a goddamn about no fucking Eastern Kentucky. Fuck you, motherfucker. What the fuck is that? Goddamn, you're fucking, ugh. You people are undeveloped, just like people in rural Philippines. Damn, you're just like a fucking out in the sticks Mexican. What the fuck is that? Are you people undeveloped? What the fuck is that? Why are you giving this motherfucker money and time? What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, literally, I want that debate. Taking all debates. That should be, I might do that as a segment tomorrow. Like, literally. Change my mind. Vaush isn't a leftist. Taking all debates. Because what in the fuck? Where in Marx does it say ignore the entire population of a state, of a region of Eastern Kentucky? There's colleges and shit there, bro. I'm motherfucker don't even know about the goddamn King Cole Highway. I don't know anything about that. I fucking feel comfortable talking about Eastern Kentucky because I at least know a little bit about it. If you want to learn more about Eastern Kentucky, look up Kentucky Lantern articles. Look up Eastern Kentucky itself. Motherfuck, bro. Like, that is why people hate us. If you're like, damn, I think we need a better shake. And they're like, well, you seem like all the other Marxists. And then, like, the Marxist they point out is a literal fucking nonce who parades himself around in, like, his finest clothes and does, like, weird shit all the time. Like, can't stop fucking talking about sex and stuff. I'm like, okay, yeah. I get it. I get why you fucking hate us. I get it. Like, you gotta understand, like, if you're out there and you're like, I don't know, I feel like Vaush has stood up for me as, like, a transgender person. People like Vaush are the reason you transgender people get treated badly. Because people look at him, and if he's your fucking advocate, he's a sexually harassing pervert who jerks it to fucking lolly porn and bestiality shit. He's nice to you? You don't want that candy. You don't want that help. Get away from it. Oh, fuck, no, this guy Vaush, he's advocating for working class issues. Yeah, how is he feeling about Eastern Kentucky? Oh, he thinks that they're fucking poor and they're weird. Almost as poor as brown people. Or they live like brown people from other fucking countries. What? Yeah, he just said like, Oh, they're undeveloped, like people from fucking rural Mexico and shit. What the fuck does that mean? What does he know about rural Mexico? What does he know about the fucking the Guadalajara countryside and the agave farmers and shit? You know what I mean? Like, what does he know about Sonora? What the fuck? What the fuck does he know about the Philippines? I don't know almost anything about the Philippines. Is there nasty parts out in the rural part? What the fuck? What's the difference between living out in rural out in the fucking sticks in the Philippines and living downtown in the Philippines? I don't know anything about the fucking Philippines. I forgot that Tagalog was the main language. Tagalog. Can't ever say it right. Like, what in the fuck are you getting from this guy? Other than exposed. You know, like, when the fuck? I can only harp on it so many times, but I'm going to keep going back to it until I'm big enough that he can't fucking ignore it. If he wants to debate me on it, I'm around. I was not, my fucking dad raised a whole ass grown fucking man as far as I'm concerned. I'll stand up for what I believe in. I'll fucking fight anybody for it. I don't give a shit about no goddamn clout. I don't fucking care. If me talking doesn't make me poorer, talking to someone else doesn't make me poorer, it makes them richer. All right. How about that? Oh, you're only in this for clout. Okay. You want some clout, homie? I'm fine. You think I was fucking lying when I talked to Warkakai? That's how I'll fucking feed you and water you. I'll try to help your career out. I don't give a shit. I like it when more people make more money. I fucking love the working class. It's what I am working class. If I stop, homeless, baby. You know what I mean? What in the fuck? I don't fucking like that guy. I don't like him. I do not like him. I find him distasteful. I regret the time I spent watching him. I guess it wasn't that bad, I hope. When I was watching him, I fucking got myself almost defending Vaush. Fuck me. I don't know where he's putting these hits out. This is his shit. This isn't clips. I'm not looking at a Falgi document. You know what I mean? This isn't fucking Xylee Gets Real. This is FPS Diesel. This isn't fucking Cope and Seed. This isn't people digging shit up on him. I'm not looking into his past. This isn't clipped out of. I'm watching his video on his. This is him. It's a fucking mission statement. God damn it, dude.
Hope you enjoyed your time on the Westside.